Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to find value of a function at given points. Okay, let's take example. In this example 1, you can see that the f of x, the function f, is given as 2x squared minus 3x plus 10, and you want to find the value of this function when x is 2, when x is negative 3, when x is a, and when x is a minus 1. Okay, first of all, let's find out f when x is 2, that is f at x equals to 2. Okay, so what you do is you replace all x by 2, so there is 2 squared. 2 times x is replaced by 2, that is 2 squared, minus 3 times this x is replaced by 2 again, and then plus 10. Okay, so this will be 2 times 2 squared is 4, so it is 8 minus 3 times 2, it's 6, so 8 minus 6 is 2, and then plus 10 is 12, so this value is 12. Okay, the second one is you replace x by negative 3, so all of these x's will be replaced by negative 3, so you write 2 times negative 3 squared, and then minus 3 times negative 3, and then plus 10. Okay, in this case negative 3 times negative 3 will be, basically this will be 2 times 9, because negative 3 squared is, that will be 9, and then since it has negative, so double negative, so will be positive, and then minus 3, negative 3 times negative 3 will be plus 9 again, and then plus 10. Okay, so this will be 18 plus 9 is 27 plus 10 is 37. Okay, the next one is f at a. So what happens here is all the x will be replaced by a. In this case, you will get 2a squared, and then minus 3a, and then plus 10. Okay, and the last one is all the x are replaced by a minus 1. Okay, so it will be 2 times a minus 1 squared, and then minus 3 times a minus 1, and then plus 10. Okay, let's simplify that. So this will be 2 times a minus 1 times a minus 1, because a minus 1 squared is, you multiply a minus 1 twice, and then minus, let me distribute this 3, it will be 3a, and then minus 3 times minus 1 will be plus 3 plus 10. All right, so let me FOIL these two factors. It will be 2 times a will be a squared, and then a times negative 1 will be negative a. Similarly, negative 1 times a will be negative a, and then negative 1 times negative 1 will be plus 1, positive 1. Okay, and then minus 3a, 3 plus 10 will be 13. Makes sense? Next step is 2a squared, and then minus a will be negative twice a, correct? And then plus 1 minus 3a plus 13. Makes sense? So this is equals to, now let me distribute this 2. It will be 2a squared, and then 2 times negative 2 will be minus 4a, and then 2 times positive 1 is plus 2, and then minus 3a, and then plus 13. Okay, so let me combine the like terms. There is negative 4a and then negative 3a, so it will be negative 7a. So let me write, this is equals to 2a squared minus 7a, right? And then there is plus 2 plus 13 will be plus 15, so it is plus 15. So this is the final answer for f at a minus 1. Next, I take an example where f of x is given as 2x minus 1, and you want to find out x for which f of x is 5. Okay, so fx is 2x minus 1. This is the function given. Now you want to find out x for what value of x that f will be 5. So how do I do this problem? So to do this problem, what you do is, now let me plug in the values of, let me write the value of f of x. F of x is 2x minus 1. So you write 2x minus 1 equals to 5. Make sense? Now you want to solve for x. So what do? You add 1 on both sides. Then what do you get? You get, so this and that will cancel. So 2x, because minus 1 and plus 1 cancel, that will be 0, equals to 5 plus 1 is 6, correct? And then you divide by 2 on both sides. So what you do is divide by 2. You will get x equals to, because that 2 divided 2 is 1, so x equals to 3. Okay, because 2 divided 6 is basically 3. Let me do the last problem of this type. So it is similar to question number, example number 2, but gx is given as a quadratic function, correct? So let me do that. So what is gx? So to solve this, you replace solution. Also, this is the solution. Okay, so you replace gx by that value. So you have x squared minus 5x plus 3, and this is equals to negative 3, that is given. So to solve any quadratic function or quadratic equation, basically what you do is you make the right side 0, meaning that if there is anything in the right hand side, you pull that to the left hand side and then set the right hand side 0. Since there is negative 3, you add 3 on both sides. So what you get on the right hand side, that plus 3 and minus 3 will cancel out and there will be 0. And in the left side there is x squared minus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. Now how do I solve this expression? How do I solve this equation? This is quadratic in x, so you can use quadratic formula, that's fine. Or since this is easy to get factors, you can factorize. Let me factorize that. So what you do is write down x here and then x here. Now give me two numbers whose product is positive 6 and the sum is negative 5. What are those two numbers whose product is positive 6 and sum is negative 5? That is negative 3 and then negative 2. Alright, now to solve this equation or this expression, basically what you do is set each of those equals to 0. So if you set x minus 3 equals to 0, you add 3 on both sides, you get, this implies x equals to 3. Similarly, if you do x minus 2 equals to 0, then you add 2 on both sides, so you will get x equals to 2. So x equals to 2 and x equals to 3 are the solution, are the values of x, such that g of x given by this function is equals to negative 3. Alright, thank you guys. Let me take one more example on finding the functional value. So f of x is given as 2x squared plus 3x minus 1, right? So you want to find out the value of the function f when x is negative 1. So how do you do that? So replace x by negative 1. So 2 negative 1 squared plus 3 times negative 1 minus 1. So how much is that? 2 times negative 1 squared. Negative 1 squared is positive 1 times 2 is 2, and then 3 times negative 1 is negative 3 and then minus 1. So 2 times negative 3 is negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2. That's the final answer for that. How about f at 2a, meaning that all the x should be replaced by twice a. So 2 times 2a squared plus 3 times 2a and then minus 1. So how much is that? 2 times 2a squared. So 2a squared is 2a times 2a. That will be like 2 times 2a times 2a. That will be 8a squared plus 3 times 2a is 6a minus 1. That's the final answer for f of 2a. Okay. How about f at a plus 1, meaning that all x should be replaced by a plus 1. So it will be 2 times a plus 1 squared plus 3 times a plus 1 and then minus 1. Okay, you simplify this. So how much do you get here? So you get 2 times a plus 1 times a plus 1. You FOIL that. A plus 1 times a plus 1 plus, this is 3a plus 3. You distribute that 3 and then minus 1. Does it make sense? Next, what do? You FOIL these two, okay? So you will get basically so 2 times, if you FOIL this, you will get a squared plus a will be plus twice a plus 1 and then plus 3a is here, and 3 minus 1 is 2 plus 2. So if you simplify this, what do you get? You will get 2a squared plus 2 times 2a is 4a, plus 2 times 2 is 2, 2 times 1 is 2, plus 3a plus 2. Okay, so this will be 2a squared, and there is 4a, there is 3a, plus 7a, plus there is 2, that is 4. That's the final answer for the second part. So for the third part, so let me do the last part. So you want to find f of x plus h. Okay, you replace x by x plus h, so you'll get 2 times x plus h squared, and then plus 3 times x plus h, and then minus 1. Okay, so how much is that? 2 times, it's similar to that one, so x plus h times x plus h plus 3x plus 3h minus 1. Okay, so you fold this, you will get 2x squared plus x times h is xh, and h times x is again xh, so it will be 2xh plus h times h is h squared, close the parenthesis, and then plus 3x plus 3h minus 1. So you distribute this 2, you will get 2x squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared plus 3x plus 3h minus 1. Is there any like terms that you add or subtract? No, right? Because there is 3x, there is x squared, there is xh. So this is the final answer for the last part. Thank you guys.